Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Cover Zero podcast, the show where I cover the least in the best way possible. I'm your host, Jason Wells. Week 15 is here. Teams are on bye. Fantasy playoffs have begun. We are in the end game now of the football season. Sucks to say. It does suck to say. We are now basically officially 2 months out of the Super Bowl, but we will enjoy these last 2 months together. This episode, as always, I will be covering the games for this upcoming week, talk about all of them, and at the end, I will give my picks for the week. As always, fave, spread dog, over, under, and a moneyline dog. I don't know why I'm talking in such a weird cadence right now, but is there anything else that I need to say off the top of the show? I don't think I do. So let's just get right into. Right, I also do a blind Thursday night football recap. Let's get into that recap right now. We have Chargers at Raiders. No Justin Herbert, no Keenan Allen, no Josh Jacobs. At this point right now, I mean, I guess this is supposed to be a recap. So this game was bad. Bad football was played between both of these teams, but it ended up being a somewhat exciting game just because both teams sucked so much. Seeing Easton stick, we got to see Aiden O'Connell there for the first half. He was then benched for Jimmy G. Didn't really move the needle much at all. This is a struggling Raiders team going against a struggling Chargers team. And what else were we supposed to expect? The Raiders did come away with the win. Max Crosby being Max Crosby was able to solidify that Chargers defense enough. The Raiders, although without Josh Jacobs, they still got some weapons where you can't really say that for the Chargers. Chargers weren't able to do anything. Khalil Mack revenge game did get another sack for the season. Continues to lead the league. Now it's 16. He's got a shot at 20. I don't know why people aren't talking about. I mean, you know why people aren't talking about him for Defensive Player of the Year, because he plays on one of the worst teams in football. It's like why Max Crosby won't get it, but it is. I haven't looked at those odds in a while. Let me while I'm talking about this, but I do think the Raiders won this one. The Raiders with a score of 17-9 final score. Yeah, I'm on the Raiders, but now let's just talk about some Defensive Player of the Year stuff very, very quickly. Awards, Defensive Player of the Year. Khalil Mack is currently plus 5,000. It's minus 130 Micah Parsons, plus 175 Myles Garrett. Micah Parsons does not deserve the Defensive Player of the Year. I know he's having a great year, but he's not. I don't think that he's the real big difference maker for the Dallas team, if we're being completely honest. But that's beside the sweet. That's the thing. Deron Bland's still plus 1,600, and yeah, he gets the touchdowns and stuff, which is very impressive, but we all know that he gets torched. Chu made the comment a couple weeks ago where Gilly is the number one player on that defense. I think it is between him and Parsons, but Gilly deserves the credit. Gilly, very good player. Let's move on now to the Saturday slate. We are lucky enough that now with all the teams playing, we get more football, even though it's the same amount of football. Actually, it's more games because more teams. But beside the point, we get a Saturday slate of games starting off with, and all of the teams are in the hunt for the playoffs, starting off with a big battle here. Vikings versus Bengals. Bengals -3. Total set at 40.5. The Pasternaut is no more. He had a great run from October to December. It is now done. Nick Mullins is now the official starter for the Vikings going forward. And Jaron Hall, the rookie who got injured, he is the official backup now. Dobbs has been relegated to third string. It was a nice story for the season, but that's all it is now, is a nice story. This is going to be, I don't know. I don't know what to expect in this. Justin Jefferson will be playing this weekend. That is a big boost for the Vikings offense. They are on the road. Jake Browning has looked very good these last two games. I'm expecting it to continue, but the Vikings defense has been hot. This is going to be a tough one. I feel like this is a game where the Vikings defense really shuts down what the Bengals have been doing with Jake Browning and just in general, but I think Brian Flores might be up to it. The offense does need to score points, because while I think Brian Flores will be up to the test, it's hard to stop this Bengals offense. And I can't believe I'm kind of saying the same thing as when Joe Burrow was the quarterback. But as long as Jake Browning keeps playing the way that he has been playing, there's no reason to see why this offense shouldn't score points. Like Chase, Higgins, Boyd's pretty good, Mixon, and then Chase Brown. They've always had a ton of weapons, and they still have someone to facilitate those weapons right now. So Brian Flores needs to be in his bag, calling plays, really getting home. They do have a bad offensive line. I think Brian Flores is able to stir up enough panic. I think Nick Mullins at one point, I think, not at one point, because I think he still is, but like third most passing yards or fourth most passing yards in his first 13 starts as an NFL quarterback. That's that Kyle Shanahan offense for you. But yeah, this is going to be a good one. And we get another good game into the afternoon game. Steelers at Colts. This has big AFC ramifications. Colts -1.5. Total set at 42.5. Another game of Mitch Trubisky. And Mitch Trubisky flat out stinks. Like, I don't think that Mitch Trubisky is a very good quarterback. I don't think that he's nowhere near an upgrade for Kenny Pickett. He's a downgrade. I don't know why I even had to go with upgrade, but Mitch Trubisky's not good. And I think that's really all it boils down to. I have more faith in this Colts team, what they have been doing over the span of the season, because with the Steelers, apart from like one game when you had Matt Canada and Kenny Pickett healthy, it looked good. I had some faith. Kenny Pickett gets hurt. Wild to say that Kenny Pickett changes the season, but he does. And I just don't trust their defense coming up. Like, the defense needs to play huge, like it always does, for the Steelers to get wins. I don't know. Are they missing anybody? They aren't. No one that's really I like the Colts. I like the Colts at home. This might do it for the Steelers' playoff chances. This is, again, loser leaves town game. The playoff race is way too tight right now for anyone to lose games at this point. So we will see. That'll be a good one. This is a game that I'm definitely going to avoid because I don't know what's going to happen. So we will move on and onto the Saturday night game. Broncos at Lions. Lions -4.5. Total set at 47.5. I weirdly like the under in this, mainly because I like the Broncos defense. And I like the Lions offense to still score points, but the Lions defense is so bad. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson might be coming back. I think that's where I should have led off with this one. And I keep saying Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, but it is CJ Gardner-Johnson. Is he on the... Still says he's on IR. Could open next week. So he's not coming back, but he is eligible to come back, and that'll be a big boost for the defense. So completely forget what I said because he is irrelevant for this week. Um, this is, again, Broncos, your playoff hopes are on the line here. Lions, you are one game up on the division right now. It would be nice if you were to win that division, but yeah, I believe in the Lions. I believe in the Lions. I still think the Lions are, as I say that, I don't think I actually have them in my top 10 teams this week. But they are hovering around a top 10 team still. I think that is very fair to say. Where did I have them? They were my 11th team. They were my 11th team this week. I still believe in their offense. I think that the Broncos defense is just kind of reliant on turnovers. Jared Goff has been kind of not a turnover machine, but he turns over the ball more than he has. If he can limit those interceptions, no fumbles on the day from anyone on the offense, I like the Lions to win this game. I just know Cortland Sutton bet on him to have one long ass touchdown catch. Simple as that. Now we are under the Sunday slate, starting off with Chiefs at Patriots. Total set at 37.5. Chiefs minus 7.5. Big get right game for the Chiefs. They're going to be pissed off after that missed call, or the bad call wasn't a bad call. I don't care what. I was listening to the New Heights podcast with the Kelsey brothers just today, and Travis was still on the page that, a ref can't call them at this point, especially if he's been doing it. Like, he was so far offside. It wasn't like a close thing. It wasn't like, that's questionable. He was like a foot offside. We're not talking about this anymore, and again, we should move on. New week now, but the Chiefs are going to be mad. They're going to be pissed off. I don't think this is going to be a high scoring game for, obviously good reasons. The Chiefs offense isn't very good. Let's just call a spade here. And the Patriots suck, and the Chiefs defense is good. So I don't know what the team total is set at for the Patriots, but and it looks like the money is coming in on the Patriots right now. That line was at minus 10 at one point. It's now at minus 7.5. I guess we'll see. Is Pacheco going to play? Set to miss another practice. Not great, but big get right game for the Chiefs. If the Patriots want to choose and win this one and get themselves out of those top 3 picks, fine by me. I don't think they do it. Yeah. This feels like a game where the Patriots are going to score less than 10, though. I will say that. Next game up, Jets at Dolphins. Dolphins minus 8. Total set at 37.5. I feel like this line opened up. Yeah, this line opened at minus 12. Minus 12, now minus 8. Like I said with the Chiefs, the Dolphins are pissed off. We played terrible on Monday night. I think that everyone is going to want to just absolutely beat the bricks off the Jets. There is zero chance in hell Zach Wilson has back-to-back good games. It's just not a thing that he does. I believe in this team. I believe in the Dolphins. I think that we are going to show them that we are the much better team. As for injury concerns, obviously no Connor Williams. Liam Eichenberg was in a boot this week. So I don't know who's going to be playing center for us. That's kind of an issue for us right now, is the offensive line. Everyone has injuries right now, so you can't complain about them. It's just part of the game at this point. Tyreek, he sat out. I think that he'll play. I think that he wants that 2,000 yards. So I think Tyreek's going to play, and I think that the Dolphins are going to whoop them. The Jets, the defense would have to play incredible, and our defense would have to shit the bed, and Zach Wilson would have to do what Zach Wilson did in the second half last week against the Texans. I don't think that happens. So we will move on here and go on to the next game. Bears at Browns. This is Bears, big game. Keep your season alive. Can they make a run to the playoffs? Who knows? If they beat the Browns, I think that they can. I think that they could, but Browns are -3. Browns are at home. Total set at 38 and a half. It'll be a big challenge for the this Bears offense to go against such a good defense that the Browns have. Is Denzel Ward finally going to make a return? No. There's nothing really, no update on him, but doesn't matter if the Browns defense still very good regardless. This Bears defense has been also playing very good. Battle of the Titans, Joe Flacco versus Justin Fields. I don't know what's going to happen in this game. I think -3 is fair. -3 is usually just a home field advantage. I'm going to avoid this one. This is a true coin flip toss up. I don't really know. I'm rooting for the Bears just because I like the Bears. I don't like the Browns. The Browns are also fun. I can't say Joe Flacco, no rooting interest. Go both teams. No, I don't really care what happens in the outcome of this game. And we will move on to another game where I do not care the outcome of this game. Texans at Titans. Titans -3. Total set at 37.5. The Texans injuries added up last week. CJ Stroud still not practicing. He's trending to missing the game. I think Nico Collins is also hurt. So it looks like Noah Brown will be wide receiver 1 for them for this week. Yeah, they got a lot of guys injured. Goddamn. Jesus, that's a long injury. Nico Collins also hasn't practiced this week, so not looking good for the Texans' playoff chances. And they get a Titans team who was very motivated that Monday night. Big moral victory. I think that's all you can really say. This is the Texans, or this is a matchup that these two teams are going to have 2 of the next 3 weeks, so it'll be big. And the Houston Texans, no, the Tennessee Titans, never mind, because it's the Titans are wearing their throwback Houston Oilers jerseys in this one, I think just to kind of spite the Texans. I love the move personally. I love the disrespect. I've seen people say on Twitter that this should be like this matchup every year should be for the jersey and the rights to wear that jersey, because it is the Houston Oilers who then got moved to Tennessee and then they changed the name, and it's just kind of like it's weird that you keep that branding. I know that the Arizona Coyotes in the NHL, they're technically the Winnipeg Jets old franchise, even though the Winnipeg Jets have their or they have a franchise now and they're called the Jets, but that was actually the Thrashers franchise. It's weird, but yeah, I don't give the Texans a chance if Davis Mills is the quarterback throwing to Noah Brown. Sorry, I think like the Titans just have the better roster when the Texans don't have like their top 10 quarterbacks in CJ Stroud, and that's what CJ Stroud is at this point, is a top 10 quarterback. So yeah, I like the Titans. Weird to say this late in the season that the Titans are actually favored in a game given their season. We will keep going though. Giants at Saints. Saints -6. Total set at 39.5. Why are the Saints favored? Why? I don't get it. I mean, Derek Carr sucks. I think that's the only thing I can really say. Derek Carr sucks. They're also injured, but I think that they're like a fine injured. They're not like a bad. Chris Olave might miss. I'm like, do we ride on the Tommy DeVito hype train and just kind of hope for the best? Like maybe. Like the Saints aren't a good team. The Saints aren't a good team. Neither are the Giants. I think I like the Giants. I don't know why. They are. I mean, they've won 3 straight games. This can make it 5 straight. This might knock like the Saints out of their playoff contention there. He's not going to be active for this game, but Darren Waller is designated to return from IR at some point. But yeah, this might be a Tommy Cutlets type of game. Go with the Italian American. I don't know. Just go with the fun story right now. That's the Saints. Like the Saints offense puts up like the most boring display of football. Derek Carr is awful to watch at the quarterback position right now. He used to be fun. He used to be good back when he played for the Raiders, and that was like back when they were the Oakland Raiders, not the Las Vegas Raiders. But yeah, I think I'm gonna rock with the Giants. Go Big Blue. Next game up, NFC South divisional clash. Falcons at Panthers. Falcons only -3. Total set at 34.5. The Panthers are terrible, but so are the Falcons. And you can get tickets to this terrible game at 45 cents. Or at least that's what a screenshot on Twitter says. That definitely doesn't include fees and whatever, which would make it at least more than $20 probably. But like, I don't know. Would you rather want to go to like a Panthers Falcons game or have like 2 gumballs for the price of 50 cents? Yeah. This is going to be bad. These are the 2 worst QBs in their division with Bryce Young and Desmond Ritter. Which is shocking because the other 2 quarterbacks in this division are Derek Carr, who I just slandered, and Baker, who I like Baker. Baker's having a good year. Good for you, Baker. Baker should be comeback player of the year. If Geno Smith fucking won it last year, it should be Baker this year. Either way, this is going to be a very, very bad game. I want to take the Falcons -3 just because it's like the Panthers are so bad. They're so bad. But this is a game that I will not be watching. Will not come across Red Zone very much, I could imagine. So yeah, let's just keep moving on here. Next game up, Buccaneers at Packers. Packers -3.5. Total set of 41.5. This is a big game for the Bucs. This is a big game for them to remain at the top of the division right now. And big for the Packers because I mean this is big playoff implications for both teams. I mean the Packers they're 2 games out of the division. They are holding the last wild card spot. No, they are. They're holding the last wild card spot with technically 3 other teams that are tied with them. So yeah, big game for the Packers. Obviously, that letdown on Monday night. Jordan Love did not continue his stretch of great games, but that happens. Quarterbacks are allowed to have a down game. This is still a very young team. But yeah, the defense needs to play much better than it did Monday because they did not get home at all to sack Tommy DeVito. And that's a very bad Giants offensive line. But yeah, they need to get pressure. I don't really know who to pick in this game. I do think the Packers are coached better. I think the rosters are comparable talent wise. I take that back. The Bucks have the more talented players, but I think the Packers have more quality, or no, they have more quantity. So it's like quality over quantity. I don't really know. Game to avoid, in my opinion. So let's keep moving on. Niners -12 at the Cardinals. Total set of 47.5. I don't think I have to say anything about this game. The Niners are really, really, really good, and the Cardinals are not. Brock Purdy continues his MVP campaign, I guess. Kyler, I honestly don't know if he's going to be the Cardinals' future. I don't know what teams would give up to trade for him and that contract right now. I still think Kyler's a good talent, but he just hasn't really proved it consistently. And this was kind of you're in a new situation, and I know that obviously the team isn't as good as it's been in years past, but it hasn't looked like he hasn't looked great in any of these games so far. I think that's very fair to say, but the Niners are going to kill them. Doesn't matter what the Cardinals do in this one. The 49ers are just the much, much, much better team. So let's move on. Commanders at Rams. Rams -6. Total set of 50.5. This is a big fantasy matchup for me. I am now starting Matt Stafford, Puka Nacua, and Cooper Kupp. I need a big Rams game. And now that I'm saying that out loud, that really scares me. Because if they don't have a good game, if Matt Stafford doesn't have a good game, neither do Puka and Cooper Kupp. But the Commanders are so bad. Their secondary is so bad. The Rams' offense is good. The Rams, I actually do believe in them somewhat as an offense, anyways. Yeah, the Rams put up or shut up. You got to win this one. Commanders, who cares? They're just kind of dead men walking right now. They're not officially out of the playoffs, but they're out of the playoffs. Ron Rivera is still there, I guess. I don't know why, but I will find it very weird if Eric Bieniemy isn't the head coach of the Commanders next season. Because then it's like, why did you hire him away from Kansas City to not promote him next year after you fire Ron Rivera? I think he will be the head coach. I don't think that they're dumb enough of an organization to hire him just to not actually make him officially head coach after this year. I think that there was a deal in place that this was Rivera's last year to begin with. Yeah, maybe that's something that Eric Bieniemy came in and he's like, no, let's trade away Montez Sweat. Let's trade away Chase Young. Seems stupid to trade both of them, so never mind. I won't go there. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a high scoring total for a reason. Should be a shootout. I think Sam Howell's still leading the league in. Nope, not after his bye week. It is Tua. Look at that. Still leading the league in passer yards, but the whole world is falling down after Monday. Boo-hoo. Yeah, we will move on to the next game here. Cowboys at Bills. Bills -2. Total set of 50.5. This is the game of the week. This is another big game for the Bills to keep their playoff hopes alive, because I think this is their last big test before they play us, I believe. Yeah, if they win this one, then they get Chargers and Patriots and then us. That Week 18 game could come down to, realistically, if they win this one, it could be for the division, but it could be to see if the Bills actually make the playoffs regardless. I guess we will see. The Bills are favorites in this one. I think the Bills at home are a different animal, and I think the Cowboys away from home are a different team as well. I don't like the Bills in this one, but I think this is a game that I am happy to avoid on a certain level. Because I don't know. You're going against one of the hottest teams in football, the Dallas Cowboys, who have looked very, very good over the last month, 2 months of the season, basically. They are a top three football team currently in the league. But I think that this Bills team is about to go on a run. I think that their Cinderella story starts right now. They've been in playoff mode basically since that Eagles game, and I think this is going to be a good one. I'm expecting a good game in this one. And on to Sunday night now. Ravens -3.5 at Jags. Total set at 42.5. This is a weird line for me. If you're telling me the Ravens, who are the number one seed in the AFC, one of the best teams in football, also a top 3 team in the league right now, and they're playing Jacksonville, who just had Joe Flacco put up 31 points on them, and Trevor Lawrence is banged up, and Christian Kirk is also out. Seems kind of nuts, and I feel like that's a good reason to avoid this game in general, because that line scares me because it should be higher for the Ravens. I will say that. The total, however, 42.5. No, I don't like the Jags offense now. It is what it is. But yeah, that line scares me. That line scares me. Has that line moved? That line has not moved. That line has not moved, but this is again, the Jags need to win to, keep their division chances up there, but with no CJ Stroud for the Texans and the Colts, even if they win their game and they have the same record, the Jags beat them twice, so they'll have the division lead still. Yeah, but the Jags kind of need to start winning again. It's been a while. And finally, Monday Night Football. Eagles at Seahawks. Eagles minus 3.5. Total set at 47.5. This is a game that, this is basically you win Seattle or you're done. I think that this game does cook Seattle. I think that the Eagles, after kind of getting embarrassed on Sunday Night Football there, will want to have a bounce back game. And I think they do it. I don't think the Seahawks are that great, really. Now, the secondary for the Eagles is complete buns, and the Seahawks do have 3 number 1 receivers on that team in DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. So we will see. I do like the Eagles, though. I don't think this is a game where I take the spread, but this might be a game where I take the over. And yeah, let's get right into the pick'em choices here. And as always, if you're new, I do a favorite, I do a dog, I do an over, I do an under, and I give a money line dog. Let's start off with my favorite here. And usually, this is the thing. Usually, I stop recording. I actually figure out my picks, and then I start recording again. But again, since we're doing the new software thing, I don't want to stop this, have to start another one because I don't know with the editing because this software thing is weird. But I need a favorite, and I'm going to do something that I honestly completely hate. Falcons minus 3. I think the Falcons have talent on both sides of the ball. The Panthers only have talent on one side of the ball. Give me the Falcons minus 3. The Falcons are the better team. The Panthers, they suck. They're flat out bad. And I'm saying this now. The Panthers are going to win this one, but I'm taking Falcons minus 3. For my dog here, give me Giants plus 6. I think that is a ridiculous number to give a Derek Carr-led team, especially with the chance of no Chris Olave. Who the fuck is he throwing to then? I don't know. Alvin Kamara 20 times. He's going to check it down, but I like the Giants. The Giants they're on a streak right now. Brian Dable kind of did the same thing last year where, oh, look at us, like a bunch of ragtag group of guys coming together for wins. It's not going to be for the playoffs this year, but they love playing for Dable. This team plays hard. The defense is playing very well. I'm on the Tommy DeVito hype train now. Saints suck. I will happily take Giants plus 6. I think the Giants have a chance to outright win this game. So Giants plus 6. For my over, it's going to be the Monday Night Football game. Eagles at Seahawks, over 47.5. The Eagles offense is going to score points after their disappointing display on Sunday Night Football, and the Seahawks offense I also think will score because the Eagles secondary is not very good. Just got to get them the ball. I like the over 47.5. For my under this week, what's the weather supposed to be like in Buffalo? I feel like that's worth checking. Does the score do weather? The score doesn't do weather. I don't think I care enough to really look it up. So let's just find another game to find an under 4 now. Oh, I went too far. Let's go with I don't know. Damn. I really don't know. You know what? Yeah, I'm taking that under in Cowboys Bills. I don't think this Cowboys offense really operates well away from home, outside in the elements. The Bills, on the other hand, I think that they're good. They are going to face a very good offense. I think this will be a lower scoring game than people expect. So I will take the under 50.5 in Bills Cowboys there. And finally, my money line dog, I'm going with that first Saturday game. I'm going with the Vikings to beat the Bengals. Uh I I got faith in Nick Mullins, I guess. I do have faith in the defense and Daniil Hunter, who's also in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year, kind of. He's also plus 5,000 like Khalil Mack, but I guess we will see. I think he has the opportunity against this really bad Bengals offensive line to come alive. And I think that the pressure is going to be too much for Jake Browning. So give me Vikings money line. And that'll do it for this episode. Any final thoughts? I don't really think so. So I am going to go cook some dinner. If you have liked this, please like, share, retweet, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And until next time, peace.